Hey guys, this is Will again. This is a video that is called Diet and Accountability. Now please remember, this is what's helped me. This is not 100%, it may not work for many people, but it's worked for me and I think it's valuable information I'd like to give you guys. So 4 years ago my wife asked me why I don't get in shows to compete in the physique category. So I never had abs before, so I knew it was very difficult to get abs. So it took me a long time to decide to do it because I've always held myself accountable for everything I say that I'm going to do. So I didn't want to start by saying that I'm going to get abs and I know how difficult, extremely difficult it was, and not do it. So it took me about 8 months to decide to do it. Finally I did it and I got on a good diet and I went and I competed. So luckily for me, I won first place twice in these shows in the over 50 men's category for physique. Now, for me, winning really doesn't mean anything because if you don't stay in that shape, then I don't know. I mean, competing and then letting yourself go again, to me doesn't make a lot of sense. So for 4 years, I've stayed the way that I am, and only because of my diet. And basically, diet is the most important thing. So, diet and accountability. So for me, always keeping my word to myself, super important. Extremely important. Everything that I say, unless it's a catastrophe that I can't do it, I will do it. Small chores, beginning with that. So every time you tell yourself you're going to do something, in my opinion, small chores, tell yourself you're going to do something, do it. Hold yourself accountable, because this is going to be a lot easier when you do your diet. When you don't hold yourself accountable, the easiest thing is to do is to quit, to say, no, I'm not going to continue with my diet, because it's the easiest way out. The path of least resistance is what we're going to take. So I hold myself accountable for everything that I do. Especially when I promise myself I'm going to go run 6 laps, and I said I was going to do it. And even in my mind, I don't have to vocalize it. If I told myself that I was going to do it and I don't do it, I don't feel good. So I do everything that I say I'm going to do, even if I'm telling myself. So the small chores is what helps you get stronger as you do your diet. So if you hold yourself accountable all the time for the little things you do, you become more confident that you're always going to do what you say you're going to do. So keeping your word to yourself, to me that's super important. You have to keep your word to yourself. Again, this is not 100% for everybody, not even close maybe, but it's worked for me. So the mental power, it's all mental. So you keep on telling yourself that, you held accountable yourself last time and you said you were going to do something, you did it. Then the next time you do the same thing. Then you start building this confidence within you that whatever you say you're going to do, you do it. And that's what's helped me immensely. So I hold myself accountable. Everything that I say I'm going to do, I do it. So when you stick to a diet, it's all mental, obviously. So if you tell yourself all the time that you've kept your word and that you always do what you say, then it's easier to stay on the diet. Obviously, you give yourself your cheat day and all that stuff, but holding yourself accountable to me is super important when it comes to diet, because it's all about the mind. It's about opening the refrigerator, making that choice. What do you eat? Do you eat the bad stuff or you eat the good stuff? When you go buy food, do you buy the good stuff or the bad stuff? So by holding yourself accountable to the things that you do, to the smallest chores, is important. Okay? Now again, this has worked for me fantastically, simply because I'm a true believer that I have to keep my word to myself. By keeping my word to myself, it's been easier to stay on a diet and be strong when the temptations come along. Because if I say that I'm not going to cheat until this day, that's what I got to do, because I keep my word to myself and I hold myself accountable for the things that I'm doing. So I hope this helped somebody out there. It's a long process. It doesn't just happen overnight that you start saying, I'm going to do this, and you do it all the time. And I've perfected it in my mind. So basically, everything I say I'm going to do, I do, barring a catastrophe, like I said before. So I hope this helps somebody out there. And if you think it's good, leave your comments down there, and you can follow me or just go on and just look at my other videos and see if you like them. Okay?